whatever you would have held as a belief over the many years that you have been here, your beliefs may start to change. Be flexible with your beliefs. Whatever you thought or had something in stone of a certain belief, allow yourself to be flexible now, so not to be so rigid in that belief. Okay, thank you. The reason they just said that is because that shows how much you've changed or how much you have grown. Okay, thank you. They said there are many on the planet at this moment that may have had a certain belief for such a long time. It might be a judgment about a person and their behavior. It might be a judgment about how you think things have always been. So they're saying at this moment, allow flexibility in your beliefs, because by doing that, you may see a story in a different way. Okay, thank you. They're saying that many of you have, many of you have held on to information that may have been brought up in a certain way, believe either, I think they're using this example, believe in science or not believe in science, either or. But it's very much about now is the time to have that flexibility in your beliefs right now. Very, very important to have that now. So this is what they're saying to me. So very important that by allowing yourself to have flexibility with your beliefs, it will help you to continue to grow. And it might be, okay, thank you, that you believed a member of your family, how you saw that individual person, how your views have been gathered over the years. It may be then for you now to see that that your belief about them can be different. Now, I don't know why they're saying that, but this seems to be very important. So it's about having flexibility in your beliefs right now. It's almost like as if to say, is this true? Is this what I'm really hearing? And this is not just about you individually. I think this is also talking about the whole planet, but it's very much what we hear about the whole planet also comes back to you, resonates back to you. So we've got the big, and then we come back to you as an individual. It's very much, don't hold anything fast in like, keep it set in stone, because that's not true. Okay, thank you. They also sort of are saying to me, because of the changes on the planet, there obviously is going to change individual people's viewpoints. There's going to be a lot of changes within individuals. And what they're saying is, it's about when you're really tuning into intuition, when you're really working with your gut feeling, when you're really working with that side of things, then your viewpoint is likely to change. And, okay, thank you. And not to be so, okay, thank you. Not to be so fearful. You may see life differently for you when you work with your intuition, your gut feelings, which is very different from many people. And it's a skill you have to learn to some degree to unlearn what you have learned from a child. When you start working with your intuition and you start allowing yourself to be aware of energy fields, you start to see the world differently and your life begins to change. Okay, thank you. They just said, when your life begins to change, you'll start noticing it through the signs that you start to see around you. And that's why they want you to start working more with your intuition, your natural gifts that you have. Like animals have natural gifts, you have natural gifts too. And what they mean by that is very much tuning in to how you're thinking and feeling about something. Seems to be very important. Okay, let me see if they can expand on that. Okay, let's have a little look. Okay, thank you. Okay, they will go back in the sense that when you work with your intuition, they said it will melt away many layers of destruction or stuff that you're holding onto that is stopping you from moving forward. So very much what they're meaning is, when you are working with intuition, it's almost like disconnects from the brain old patterns the way your old beliefs were, you start seeing things a bit different. There seems to be some changes. You start seeing the world, your life around you in a different way. So that seems to be very important, and that's what's going on right now on the planet. They said, start co-creating with the universe, start asking for more guidance, start doing more of meditation, start looking at how you can make those energetic changes. Those energetic changes, they will say again, it comes from your surroundings, your environment where you live, the people you meet in your life, the foods that you eat. Start becoming very conscious of what is around you. And when you start becoming really intuitive, you'll really be affected by the energy around you. You'll know what feels right, and you'll know that no longer suits you. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll explain. I've had quite a couple of clients this week where they've come to me and sort of said to me that they're at a crossroads, and they are almost like feeling frustrated in the sense that they want to move forward, but because of what they think they should be doing, because of how individuals around them saying how they should be living life, or the individuals that have been with them in their mind consciously for a very, very long time, are still sort of affecting what they do. Okay, let me explain. I put this on Instagram recently. So I was talking to somebody, we was talking about moving, changing locations. I had a client who was talking about moving out of a relationship. I've had someone talking about moving out of their job into another job. There was a lot coming from fear-based. And I admit there was a moment last week that is, that there was a little bit of fear about something. And it was like, if say for instance, this is an example, if I was looking at homes and properties, like, well, what if I don't want to live there in 10 years time? And then all I heard was like, who says you're going to be there in 10 years time? Because you're not the person that you're going to be in 10 years time. You are the person you are right now. So you have to work with what's going on for you right now to move you forward into be the person that you're going to become. But you have to take this step right now on your journey to help you to move forward. You don't have to know so far forward. You just have to trust. So when I checked in with my intuition and my gut feeling, I was like, I understand, this makes sense. Do what feels right for me right now. They are the stepping stones for where it's supposed to lead me off to in the future. But I'm not my future self right now, so I can't make that judgment call into like 10 years time. I can only work with now. And this is what they've been saying to me all week. Keep coming back to now. And to be at the point where you are right now, if you work with your intuition and your psychic abilities and the soul well-being of yourself, you can't go wrong, they said. So by also asking them to send me messages, so I've been asking for tunes, and I've I need help with something because I'm having a human experience, of course. I've heard messages through songs on the radio, just randomly a song has come on, and I love that. I do that. It's sort of it's a music roulette, so it's like a Russian roulette sort of thing. It's like, I don't know what's going to come on, and I might shuffle. I've got an iPod still, and I might shuffle it. I'm like, well, okay, I need the answer to something, and then suddenly a tune comes. I'm like, okay, I'm listening to the words. I can hear the words. I understand what they mean. I'll do what it tells me to do. And so this is what's been happening for quite a number of my clients this week. I've sat with them, tuned in for them, and then when I've sat there and I've said, this is what they're saying, and a lot of it this week is about, come back to this moment. How is it that you're feeling? Not to worry 5, 10, 6 years, 11 years, 2 years, 6 months, what even, because you're not going to be that person in 6 months' time who you are now if you allow yourself to grow. Now, if you're fearful and scared of growth and you hold yourself stuck, what happens is you end up with frustration, and that makes it worse. And what they did to me, they keep saying this to me, they're talking about an acorn. what does an acorn have to do? They said, what does an acorn have to do, Anne, to become the oak tree? And I was like, what? So, you know, I'm walking around the park and I'm like, what? And then I heard it has to crack. So they're saying it's almost that you feel you have to crack, you have to break down before you can break through to become that big wise tree, that oak tree, and be strong. So it's like you have to go through this moment in time for each and every part of your life right now, so it helps you to become the person you're going to become. So it's not about you overthinking the future, it's about you being now. And I did this with a client the other day, like, you know, with a life coach, you sort of take them through steps, but it was about what can you do right now, the first little step to keep you going, to keep you moving in the right direction. Okay, thank you. And this is what I keep saying to me, it's about that, it's about looking at what you can do right now for you so it can move you in the right direction. Okay,